It's crackle. What a happy sound. You gotta have a crackle or the clock's not bound. You may get apple hopping and cereal slapping, but snap, crackle makes the world go round.
Hello, guys. I'm back. And today we've got a revisit. This is one that I tried to fix a while back, and put a new HDMI port in it. As you can see, it's looking pretty. Come on. HDMI port's perfect. This PlayStation actually works. The only problem is it only works on a 4K monitor. Something up with this console, and I'm not really too sure exactly what is causing it. I do kind of know what's causing it. I kind of had tracked it down to a problem with the pin 18 on the HDMI. Now, that said, I didn't really take it any further. I kind of went through the circuit of the pin 18 and where it's supplied from, all that kind of good stuff, and basically found out that the circuit itself seemed to be fine. There was no real issues with it. It seemed to be working completely normal. But for whatever reason, the voltage going out on pin 18 was really low. So I went through the capacitors, I went through the diodes, and checked all of that stuff. And at the end of all of that checking, I didn't come up with any sort of resolution. It just basically was something up with that circuit, and I could not figure out what was going on with it. Now, you'll notice that the console is mostly taken apart. It's because I never put it fully back together. My intention was to do a little bit more fault finding on the chip that's responsible for that. And I'm pretty sure, now this one, somebody had attempted this, and they really kind of blew it on the actual HDMI. I think they were using plumber's flux here, and of course plumber's flux is corrosive. As you can see, this is what the board should look like over here. And you can see how dark and bad it gets over here. And this is after I cleaned it. Like, I cleaned this entire area a few times to try and, get it kind of somewhat under control again. But it was, it's definitely, this area is definitely compromised. So I'm not too sure if I have a problem with the actual chip which supplies the voltage, and I'm pretty sure it's this guy right here. I'm pretty sure that's the chip. I could be wrong. It might be on the other side of the board. I can't remember. Anyway, doesn't matter. I did meter the chip, and I was getting proper input voltage. One of the signals comes from the south bridge. I was getting all of the signals to the chip, but on the output side, I wasn't getting I think it's 5 volts that I'm supposed to get. I'm getting something like 2.3 volts or something crazy. It's really low. That's all I know. So if we just grab the HDMI tester and do a quick check there, you can actually see that the the diode voltage drop is actually quite off compared to what it normally is. It normally is about 0.55 to 0.6, and this one is not that. Let's just get the meter out here. I'll show everybody what we're sitting at. So I go into diode mode. So regularly this would be, like I said, about a 0.56 to 0.6 voltage drop on pin 18. You'll excuse me, I just have to undo my leads because they're a tangled mess. Okay, so the one we're interested in here is red probe on ground, as per usual. The one we want to look at is pin 18. And as you can see, pin 18 is reading really weird. Pin 19 is fine. Pin 17 is ground. Pin 18 is reading 0.2, and that should be 0.55 to 6. So it's almost a short. But it's not a short because it works, sort of. I can't remember what I get when I plug this thing in. Maybe I can do that. Because the console should turn on. Oh, yeah, right. Lights. Over on this connector here. Okay, so as you can see, we got a blue light, goes white light. Okay, so the console boots. Now, on pin 18 in voltage mode, I do believe it's supposed to be 5 volts, if I remember correctly. I'm just going to put this on DC. Okay, and then I'm going to go ground to pin 18. And there you go. We're getting like 2 volts out of that circuit. So not only am I metering a weird voltage drop, I'm not getting the proper voltage out of that area. So there's basically 2 things that I've kind of narrowed this down to. It's either going to be that chip that's actually failed, or the damage that was done to the board due to the wrong flux, or the plumber's flux, it's down here, has caused basically an internal short. Now, I have seen this on a YouTube video. A guy did come across a similar issue. Couldn't get the HDMI port working, couldn't get it working. Tried all sorts of different things. Everything appeared to be normal, but it just wouldn't work. So he basically ended up tracking it down to this a pad, the pin 18 pad underneath the HDMI port. He found it had actually internally shorted to the ground plane on the level before somehow. Now, you know, I didn't dig into it much further after I'd done my initial checks on the circuit. So what I wanted to do today was see if we can gain a little more knowledge and see if we can get this thing to work. Because the weirdest thing is like, it's 2 volts is enough to fire the 4K monitor up. Like if I plug this into my computer, which I normally show you guys once I got the systems running, it displays image fine, no problem. So when I gave it back to the customer, I thought everything was good because I do all my testing on the monitor. And they got it back, they plugged it in, phoned me, said there's no image. And I'm like, oh, that's awfully weird, because I do shoot videos of the console working. Once I, you know, get in touch with the customers, I show them a short video of their console running so they can see their user data and they know it's theirs. So I had done that. I had sent them the video of it booting up on my computer, so they were like really perplexed when I was actually really confused when it came back, because I'm like, well, what do you mean it's not working? It should be working fine. But clearly it was not, and subsequently I got it back. So then I tried to kind of mess around, figure out what was going on, and God, there's a lot of liquid metal on this one. I'm going to have to sort that out. So yeah, I was basically trying to, go through everything, figure out what was going on, and then as you can see here, so you'll see the board is not the same color, right? Like, I cleaned the crap out of this to get it to here. And it's got a new HDMI port, which I'm going to take off. That's going to be our first step. And see, right, there was some trace repair damage here too. So let's just grab the microscope here. We'll just do a quick visual on everything so everybody can see kind of where things are at here. Yeah, so you can see there the port's clearly down. The trace repair that I had to do was done. Diode is seeing better days. I think that's actually might be for me taking it off. I can't remember. It's a little bit marked up, but it measures out fine. Now I do have new parts now because I did order a bunch of stuff. So yeah, basically, yeah. That's where things are at. Doesn't matter, it's coming off. Okay, so let's get set up to do that. And as you can see, everything is there. That diode's there, the cap's on the back there. I'm pretty sure this is the... Yeah, I can see where I was stabbing it. Yeah, that is the chip there. So what I was going to do was, first of all, lift the board off of there. But secondly, I was contemplating to change that chip, but I don't know if I want to do that. I don't know if I should just have another look. What I want to do is I want to see if I can try and meter a ground fault or a ground issue off pin 18 onto the ground plane, just to see if I can actually measure it. And if I can, then I'm considering removing the pad off the board and rebuilding the pad is what I'm kind of leaning towards, because that's kind of what Buddy had found, and his board was similar to mine. It was not clean looking. I don't know what happened to his board, but it was also not done correctly when he got it, so it turned into a nightmare for him. One point that I want us to look at, because this is what I noticed on Buddy's video, is that he had a very interesting signature on his pad. I'm just gonna get like real close here so we can get as close to it as possible. Okay, I want you to look at pin 18, and I want you to look at that lower corner there. Right there. Right. Let me get something to stick at it. Okay, I'm probably going to redo that jumper, but right here, you see how the board has been eaten away here? This is similar to what Buddy had on his board. And I thought it was awfully strange that I was seeing kind of the same. I actually went back in my video footage so I could look to see if my port had kind of the similar kind of signature there, and it did. And I was like, okay, well, maybe I'm having the same problem. So what I'm gonna do here is I actually want to hack the pad off back up to the top part of the pad, because basically the way the circuit runs is the power comes through this this via right here, goes down across the filter cap and then down to pin 18. So what I want to do is like cut this pad like right in there and remove that piece of the pad completely off the board. So let's do it in resistance mode here in ohms. I'm just interested to see what we've got there. So pin 18 to ground is showing a 9.75 ohm short. 17 is ground. That's a 0.4 short. That's what my ground is. So I really think that I should just, because I can rebuild the circuit. It's not a big deal. If I have to rebuild that one trace, I'm fully capable of doing that, and that's not a big deal. And I really do want to know if that's what the actual problem is. If this didn't have weird flux put on it, I wouldn't even be attempting this. Oh, that came off there really easy. Oh, look at that. What is that under there, says I. Come on. Well, it don't frickin' look good, that's for sure. Okay, so with that up, let me see if I'm still getting the same reading. What did I say I was getting? A 6 ohm short? Let's see what it reads now that it's off the board and peeled back a little bit. Well, I can tell you it's not short anymore. Huh. Okay. So that is the same then. So yeah, so if you can see here, I do have what looks like a bit of a burn mark in there. So what am I going to do? What's my plan of attack? Honestly, my plan of attack is going to be, let's just scratch a little more here. Oh yeah. Look it. That's ground plane under there. And burn and charcoal. Weird. Okay, so weird one. Definitely weird. I'm kind of glad I went. I was going to try the chip first, but based off of what I saw in that video, I wanted to investigate this to see if it was a possibility. And definitely, yeah, that board is definitely burned under there. That's not looking good. Oops, sorry guys. And the microscope really low. I'm gonna probably bump it. So I'm just gonna peel. Yeah, just like that. Okay. Yeah, there's a hole here in the board. And there's the ground plane right there. And some more char. Huh. Now, what am I going to do? Okay, so my plan is, first of all, clean it up really well. Put a bunch of solder mask down there. Can't quite get that burn all out of there. It's a little bit of a... I mean, it's better. And pin 17 right beside it doesn't really matter because it's ground. It almost looks like it. Somehow, I don't get how that could have possibly happened. That is really strange. Because if I'm lucky, I can literally unroll that pad back down, and if I don't screw it up too badly, I should be able to actually use the pad again. Too much, but that's okay. Okay, I think I'm actually going to hit that with the right there. Okay, that should be good. Let's put that away and grab the X-Acto blade. I need to get some X-Acto blades. Keep forgetting to order them. Okay, so we'll get rid of that. Make sure we don't have any mask on the pin there. Okay. Might have been a little bit heavy right by the orange peel here. Don't really want it to hump up there, but it probably will. Okay. At least we are isolated from that ground plane. See it underneath there. Cool. I really like this this mask. It's really good. I like it a lot. Okay, so let's see if I can get lucky here. Is it isolated? It should not read anything. It's a power circuit. It should not be shorted with ground at all. So what do we got now? We're still on ohms mode. Okay. We're going to go to this ground point here and completely isolated, no short being metered. Cool. Okay. All right. I actually think I got it here. I think this is fixed. Drop the same port back down on there. There wasn't anything wrong with the port. Okay, so we're on volts, DC. We're just going to check to see what we're getting out of pin 18. I'm hoping to see a voltage of 5 volts. Power on. Well, it still turns on. That's good. Go white light. And there's the white light. Cool. Okay, so I'm gonna go to, yes, we have, show it to you guys here. We have 5 volts on the HDMI port, so perfect. It's back. Okay, so after all of that, which was extensive and long and painful, it looks like we've got hopefully a working console again. Plug that in, and I'm gonna grab HDMI, even though I can't technically test it from here because yeah, it always worked here. Yeah, controller. Oh, it's even got charge in it still. Huh. Nice. Okay. Cool. Cool. I probably need a cable for that though. Let's grab. Oh, apparently I turned it on because it's paired. Well, that's not very climactic. All right, let's just switch over here and give us a screen view of what's going on. Yes, there it is. Booyah! Board repaired. Alrighty. So I'm going to connect it up. I'm going to do some testing. Looks like it has some games on it. I'll try those before I format it. Yeah. Thanks for joining me, guys. That was fun and very long, but I'm glad we found it. Peace. See you on the next one.